everyone, my name is Willow Rose Moondancer. I make videos here on YouTube about Wicca, and I also have a blog called wiccansaren'twicca.com. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to show you how I would set up my altar if I was going to be doing a ritual or a spell. The format for today is going to be specifically for a ritual, but it could be easily manipulated to be effective for a spell as well. So I'm going to bring you over to my altar and give you a look. Hello. So this is my altar. It's just an old bureau that used to belong to my mom. It's probably somewhere between 25 and 30 years old, so please forgive me for any creepiness or old lookingness, I guess. So this is my altar in its neutral state. If I were to set it up, this is essentially the order in which I would do it in and where I would place everything. So I have my altar divided up into different drawers for different elements. So first I would start off in the fire drawer. I would take a red candle. Mine are just kind of like Yankee candles to represent the god. This one has obviously seen a lot of use. And I would take a white candle from the dollar store, for the goddess. And I do it differently. Most people put the god candle on the right, I think, but I just don't do that. So I would put my god candle over here and my goddess candle over here. And that is what I use to represent the god and the goddess. And then I would also keep any matches in here, and I have some other candles. If you guys would like to see a proper everything about my altar video, let me know down below and I'd be happy to do that. So then the next thing I do is set up the different elements on my altar. So first I do water. This is my water drawer. I take my cauldron because one, it represents the goddess. This is one of her symbols, and it's also used for water scrying and stuff like that. So I would put the cauldron over there. And then I also have my abalone shell that I will put over here. And I have a couple other just random beach shells and sea glass and stuff like that. So I would just put that over here as well in a pretty way. And then after that, I would go back to my fire drawer and I would take my little candle, and this is what I would use to represent the fire element. I wouldn't just use these candles to represent the fire because they're already representing the god and the goddess. I get an individual candle for the element of fire. And I would place it there closest to the front. And then after that, I would set up the air section. So down here is my air drawer. And I have feathers that I use to represent that. I'm going to put it here. And normally I use sage to help cast my circle. So I'm just going to put that in the middle for now while I'm in my air drawer. And then when it comes to the earth, this is my earth drawer, and I would just put you know, some crystals that I think were relevant for the ritual, and I might find some pretty rocks. Can you see? Ooh, it's glittery. And maybe like I have this fossil, if that's showing up. Yeah. So sometimes I like to use fossils as well. Or if for some reason I thought that an herb would be better suited for that, I would put it up here at the top. So now I've kind of made a circle of sorts with all of my elements. Then I would start getting other things that I would also have during my ritual. So down here at the bottom, I have my athing, and I would put my athing here in the middle as well. If I was going to be using incense, I would either put it here on the side with my air, or I would put it in the middle here with these other tools. For some reason I don't have my incense in my altar right now. I think it's in my kitchen. And then I would take my Book of Shadows, which currently is this. I'm thinking about changing it to a binder though. And if I'm doing something that's recorded in here, I would just put it to the side. And then if I'm planning on doing any divination, it would be in this bottom drawer over here, because I have 6 drawers. So I pretty much always will bring out my tarot cards. However, now that I have my other deck, I might be more inclined to use those cards during rituals because they connect better with the divine. But for simplicity's sake, I would just put my tarot cards up. I almost always use my pendulum when I do any kind of ritual divination. So I would also just put that there. And if I'm doing a ritual where I would like to include Gaia, which I usually do, I would put my Gaia Oracle deck up here as well. Other than that, I may also put stuff like matches somewhere like nicely on the side, or if there was something else that I thought that I might need, if I had like an offering. If I had an offering, I would put water in a cup and likely put it over here closer to the water element section. And then any food offering, I would probably just leave to the side over here or over here, just so it's there and ready for me and I don't have to like try and get out of the sacred circle while it's happening. I like to try and make sure I have everything already here, although 9 times out of 10 I forget something. Something that I think would be great to keep handy over by your altar also is like scissors and stuff like that. That's something that I never think to have around, and then I need them and I have to go out of my way to cut a hole out of the sacred circle and then go get it and come back and seal it. It's a process. So yeah, I would recommend that. I'll give you a close-up here. But yeah, that's everything I have for today's video. Thank you for checking me out today. What do you do to set up your altar? Let me know down below. along with any other thoughts or questions that you may have. If you have any recommendations for videos, you know I love to hear them. Make sure you check out my blog, wiccansartwicked.com, because I make 2 posts a week, one on Wednesday and one on Friday. And make sure you subscribe to me here because I make videos every Monday and Thursday. And before I let you go, make sure you check out my Instagram. It's pretty new. I'm getting some content up there, and it just gives you guys an idea of when I'm posting and a little insight into my everyday life. But yeah, until next time, blessed be.